Yeah, I'm just stopping this video because it makes no sense going through it again, because the people I'm talking to understand. It's the people I'm not talking to and the people that are ignoring me because I'm literally posting about it on social media and giving them the courtesy and tagging them so they can unfuck the fuckery they caused. Joe Biden, Bob Casey, you're the two top candidates for why my files fucked up with the VA. One, president. Joe Biden's president now. President is the commander-in-chief in charge of all the military. Every part of the military becomes a veteran once they EAS. So Joe Biden's in control of the veterans, making their lives hell, making them suicidal. I wonder why his own son died, realistically. I don't think it was just cancer. Maybe, Joe's not really that good of a person to begin with, or a father, or a responsible human being. He was vice president 4 years. He was president 4 years under when this happened. He was vice president 8 years while this happened. I'm not blaming fucking homeless people. I'm not blaming anyone else but Joe Biden and Bob Casey. If I don't get my money this year, if I don't see progress within 6 months, I'm going postal. I'm taking Bob Casey's head off and Joe Biden's. This is ridiculous. I can't even make... I was going to make a timeline, but it doesn't matter. I made multiple timelines. I EAS'd in 2012. The fact of the matter that I have a 2011 date on any of my files from the VFW is completely out of order. This isn't even my data right here. And all the data that happened after this committed error, you committed an error and stuck with it instead of fixing it. That's conspiracy and malpractice against me. I am a victim. Fuck the VA. Fuck Joe Biden. Fuck Bob Casey. That's all my mind is thinking about right now. I can't even concentrate to make a video again on how I ended up in this situation where the VA is just ignoring me and changing my effective dates. Effective dates aren't supposed to be changeable. It's the anchor of the timeline for when you got injured, so the VA can start triaging you and fixing you. You think they fixed me? This is what they started out with. This is what we ended up with. 20%, I'm fucked up. 20 more percent, I'm fucked up more. 20 more percent, I'm fucked up. 70%, I'm fucked up. 20%, I'm fucked up. 10%, not pursuing that yet. 20%, fucked up. All those dates should go back to May 8th, 2012. The fact that these are changed and different should be a big indication of a conspiracy. Why isn't anyone catching this shit? Why am I being thrown to the fire and people just watching? Like, do something. Again, if I'm waiting still by the end of this year, I know exactly where I'm going to fix the issue. Now, I might go out in a blaze of glory, but you know what? No other veterans will have to deal with this. This little error fucking up their whole life. Why am I still waiting? If Joe Biden can fly across the country and to Ukraine, why can't he go to the VA offices and unfuck this one case? Because what happened to me, is being copied and pasted and happening to other veterans. So if you have a child in the service, congrats. They might go down the path I was pushed down. Because I didn't enter that data wrong. Yet here I am, sitting in 2024 protesting still. And every day I protest, it's a suicidal trigger. Every day I protest, you think I'm happy about protesting? No. Do you think I want to protest? No. I'd rather have my money and be on my merry fucking way and live my life how I want. But again, where am I? Posting on social media, making my way around the internet. Did I even EAS? I still feel like I'm in. It's just crazy how I'm doing more for the VA than the fucking people that work there. And that say, oh, that's how I make my living. I represent the veterans. If you were never military, you can't represent the veterans. Get the fuck out. That's like being a fucking preacher in a Christian church teaching Muslim lessons. Like, great that religion's, consolidating and being taught all of it in one place. Cool. But it doesn't mean the same teacher needs to be the one that doesn't know the lessons. If you're going to teach a new subject, bring in the subject teacher. In this case, I'm not really a teacher. I'm supposed to be a fucking patient under the VA healthcare. After I was conspired against and malpractice was committed against me, do you think I ever want to interact with the VA ever again? Do you think I want to do these posts and remind myself every day an organization that is seemingly held unresponsible to anything they do wrong? Like, do you think I want to know they're controlling my life right now? No. And you can say what you want, but they are. If I moved to California, I'd still have to register in some kind of electronic digital system. They can track me no matter what. For all you know, the fillings I have in my teeth are part of tracking systems. Who knows? All I know, I don't really care. I'm not diving down a conspiracy hole. I just want my fucking money. This ain't a conspiracy. This is real. I just can't believe it's really happening. You know what I mean? I've been waiting since 2012 to get treated with respect. Like, look at this. April comes before May, right? So if I have a year to rebuke any decision from a May 8th decision, so if I have any discrepancy with this date and this original award, I have a whole year, 12 months, to appeal it or send some type of notification to the people that made the decision saying, hey, I don't agree with it, recheck. You know what I mean? That's 12 months from that date. From June or May, it's 12 months. You can pick the date. Either way, that date falls before April 18th. January, February, March, April, May. Okay, so if I had my decision in May, May to June, June to July, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. Oh, that's 12 months. That's a year. So I should have till May 7th, 2013. Anything before May 7th, 2013 goes back to May 8th, 2012 dates, right? Because it's not a new case. It's not a new entry. It's an amendment to the one prior. Again, the VA, Veteran Affairs, fucked up. Not me. Well, I don't know if it was Joe Biden, but I'm going to assume Joe Biden wasn't behind the VA systems entering this information. I'm going to assume he was either vice president or president at the time, doing other jobs. But for all I know, it could have been Joe Biden entering the data wrong. It doesn't matter who entered the data wrong. They are responsible. They need to fix it. No one else can. And I can't go to any courts because they're just copy and pasting what the VA used as excuses that why they weren't paying me. And I don't have time to hear all the excuses because it's an excuse, ultimately. It's not justified. It's not real. Like, you're not really opening a new account because you shouldn't have. You just wanted to do less work. Okay, so if you open up an account, you just hit create new account. However, if you were going to do the proper thing and add new evidence into my old records, you would have to go to the old account to enter new records, which you didn't do. You just produced new records, which fucked up my entire life. Starting with finances. I wasn't getting paid what I was supposed to the whole time. That made me question your servicing. Then once I found out I wasn't hallucinating and you really were conspiring against me, then I stopped. And then you started paying me at 100%. And then I started the pursuit on back pay. Because of this. Again, when you're wired on 23 different medications and you're trying to find the right balance to feel good and happy, you don't really look at dates as serious as you would without being on 23 different medications. So why would they manipulate dates in the wrong manners and overprescribe me medications that could or couldn't have even been from my health records? Like someone else could have opened the health record of, I don't know, nameless Kolzinski And since we both have similar last names, well, now I'm being treated as Kolzinski instead of Matthew John Walter Lazowicki. Again, there's my VA file number that they use my Social Security. Aren't there HIPAA violations to not use personal identifying indicators? So anyone at the VA now knows my name and Social Security number. Who works at the VA? Probably all Americans, right? Surely not fucking, like, just people hired from fucking India, right? Right? Indira Tula. Indira Tula now has Matthew John Walter Lazowicki's social because the VA doesn't know how to follow simple instructions. That's it, people. For this, that's a violation. My file number should have been generated by the VA, not used as my Social Security number. Anyone seeing this and this, take out that R. Take out that R. What's that spell? India. So people from India know my shit, know my information. All because I was a compliant component in the system. I was in the healthcare of the VA. I did trust them at one point. But again, basically, it all comes down to them committing this error initially. All the way back in 2012, they committed this error. That affected my finances. Not healthcare. I was still getting treated. I was still getting the pills. And they were feeding me words of encouragement. Like, I would end up with getting exactly what I thought I would. I just had to be patient. Well, 11 years later, 2024, I'm waiting on 2012. I'm sitting in 2024 waiting on 2012 workers to do their fucking jobs. You think it's going to happen this year? I don't know. I think I have a better chance being president, and I can control that somewhat. I can go out campaign. I can ask every fucking body for their vote. I can do that. I can't go into a VA system and correct the date that they fucked up. I can't give me what I'm due. Only the VA can. And who's in control of the VA right now? Joe Biden. Do nothing. Grandpa money launder. Joe Biden. Again, why is my social the VA file number? Isn't that a breach of personal information? HIPAA. I'm getting HIPAA involved in my VA suit. I want them on my side. Because again, I'm the victim in multiple ways. I killed one of the ones that set up Bin Laden's death. But you know, I guess that doesn't hold merit anymore. Politics can say, oh, remember 9/11? I was there. Where were you? Bitch, I was being fucking spammed on so many screens when I was a kid that I had to do something. I'm glad Joe Biden just continued to eat ice cream and deny veteran fucking claims. Imagine that. Imagine being spammed on multiple screens, not just one or two, but multiple all throughout school systems, and then you get home and it's the same shit about planes being hijacked and taking down towers and crashing in fucking Pennsylvania fields and the Pentagon. And then the man responsible, we take him out in less than 10 years, and the ones that do take him out are waiting 11 years for the VA to fix an error so they can get their money that they've been waiting on since 2012 and 2024. Does any of my story that I just said sound realistic or fair? Because that's what's happening in reality. Now, we can fix it, or we can continue to ignore me. But either way, next year, something is going to give. And if I have to give my life and go out in a blaze of glory, going office to office, clearing out the problems, starting at Joe Biden and Bob Casey, yeah, I'm going that route. There's no other routes for me to go. Especially when you've been denying me at every corner and conspiring against me at every corner. Now again, why? So they changed this from 0 to 10% in 2013, right? The original effective date goes back to 2012. When was this paper made? Oh, 2014. So these on your knees, they're like, okay, your knees are really fucked up. Here you go. Boom. We'll prorate you back to 2013. It should have went back to 2012. This right here should have went back 2012. This right here should have went back 2012. This right here, all of it should have went back to 2012. Again, conspired against, to say the least. Look, knee issues, 0. Oh, we don't have enough evidence, so we just gave you a very low rating. Well, why don't you get more evidence and see if I have fucked up knees or not? I'm not saying I have fucked up knees, saying it so I get money. I'm saying I have fucked up knees so it doesn't get worse. You know what I mean? Heal me first, then pay me whatever you think I'm worthy of. That's how my mentality was before all this shit. Now, I need my money up front because I know you're not going to heal me, so I have to go out and pay for it out of pocket somewhere else. Because y'all are shit. Look at that. April 18th, 2013. Why? Why? That's not even a year. All this, anything that changed from a 0 to a higher percent, including my anxiety that's now 70, should go back to this date. I can't make that any more clear. Tomorrow, if my dates are still as fucked up as they are online, like this, if it's still this way tomorrow, they're operating out of order. This, 70%, didn't happen in 2017. You think I did anything after going to war that's going to be more stressful? So you should probably change that date back to my fucking EAS date, right? Look at that shit. 70% rate in 2017. 50% rate in 2013. 0% rate in 2012. Okay, from May 8th, 2012 to this date. Is that a whole year? No. So anything that happens in that year should go back to when? This date. So this and everything I got paid for from that. So 2014. In 2014, they said I was injured in 2013 with anxiety. How can they say that when this was here? I reported I had anxiety on my way out. And I didn't say, oh, I think I have anxiety. I said, no. My mind constantly runs. I'm super nervous about stupid shit. And it's just generally hard to concentrate. That's anxiety. I described what I had. They put down anxiety. May 8th, 2012. They denied me. So I did a reevaluation. They took a whole year, because I got this in August when they made the decision in April 2013. So they pretty much took a year to send me the paperwork. So this should be May 8th, 2012. This should be May 8th, 2012. 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 Any part I said May 8th, 2012 has been altered. That data is altered and used against me. This. They're trying to say I'm not due for back pay because it was rated on that date. That's their excuse. Now you see, it kind of makes sense, but in reality it doesn't. It only makes sense because they're trying to change the narrative on them being right in this situation instead of being in the wrong. And they're just in the wrong. I'm the victim. They're the fucking perpetrators. Committing conspiracy against me in the healthcare field. Why I'm posting this and it's on day 71? I don't know. Because if this happened to anyone, I should be calling 911 and reporting an emergency because this is a crime. Because instead of me living my life how I'm supposed to, someone in the background is taking control and giving me less money so I can live my life less enjoyable. Money doesn't buy happiness, but it buys every fucking other things. And you need food, right? Presents. Birthdays come, holidays come. You usually need presents, right? That ain't free. Everything costs money. So when the government went to my money and started manipulating my finances, they started seizing control of my life. I'm at war with my own government I bailed out. I set up the network, one of the ones who took out bin Laden. 10 years to take him out. It's taken 11 years for me to get my money. And this ain't any money out of the ordinary. I tracked it all back to where you missed paying me. On purpose. I've tracked the whole conspiracy. I've had 4,000-page documents sent, not even sent to my mailbox, just delivered to my front door with no stamp. This motherfucker. 4,000-page document. I have no idea how it got here. I just assume someone from Veteran Affairs Washington delivered it to my door. It was sitting on my... I have a chair next to my door for deliveries, and it was sitting there. This should have been in the mailbox. Anyway, I'd like to make a clear, concise video today on why I'm still upset on the VA, but I just can't. My emotions are too overflowing today. So I need to drink my coffee, focus on outside shit, and happy shit. That's it. And the VA just needs to leave me alone, stop, committing psychological operations at this point against me because they have nothing else to do. They have a backlog of over 10,000 veterans waiting to get decided if they're worthy to receive payments for the injuries they've incurred during war. And I'm there. I'm sitting on that bench still waiting. I got some money, not everything I should get. But again, if I didn't go through this process of being conspired against over the course of 11 fucking years, I would guess I wouldn't have my grand lawsuit for $10 million plus, now would I? Again, just need lawyers or attorneys to come to my door. I'm not really a bad person. Only against the Veteran Affairs, Joe Biden, and Bob Casey. That's it. If you're not one of those individuals, don't fear me. I'm going to be your best friend. I'm the second coming of Jesus Christ. I'm the Manchurian candidate. I am the one. Come to my door. See about this story. See the evidence yourself. And help me get my money. I want the $127,000 by next year so I can sort out my current finances and housing situation. Okay? And then after that, I'm going to start the journey to get my $10 million for malpractice, forgery, and fraud committed against me at the hands of the Department of Veteran Affairs, who used the Veterans of Foreign War, VFW, were the ones that did the initial error. But they're not the only ones conspiring against me. The VA is in general. The VFW just did a job within that conspiring. But yeah, Joe Biden, Bob Casey, those two motherfuckers have been in the office of the government making the decisions to do nothing the whole time I've been going through this ordeal. So thank you, Bob Casey and Joe Biden. Again, if it wasn't for your laziness and disgustingness, I wouldn't have a $10 million lawsuit just waiting for lawyers and attorneys. And again, anything more than $127,000 is just bonus to me. So that $10 million, I'll win it. But realistically, I might get to keep half because of the way the lawyer system's working. I don't care. I'm fine with that. I just, wish I'd have some reasons while everyone's conspiring against me instead of just bullshit and non-compliant responses. Instead of lawyers and attorneys, I have Secret Service coming to my door. That's fucking ridiculous, ain't it? Can you imagine being a veteran who went through war and is part of the OEF, Operation Enduring Freedom, and then coming home to being conspired against by your own government that's being run by Joe Biden? Now, look at Joe Biden and look at me. We are worlds apart. He did nothing for this country, yet he gets ice cream every fucking day. He gets free travel in jets to wherever he wants to not do a goddamn thing but nap and money launder. That's Joe Biden. What do? I sit here every day, protest, let the world know how I feel because of what is happening to me. I have no control over. It just happens to me every fucking day. And I protest every fucking day and get worked up every fucking day. And who's that affect more than anyone? Me, in a negative way. So I can't protest. I can't have the issue corrected, so I'm just being forced as a slave. Which is basically what, I guess, the outcome is what they want. They want me to feel enslaved. Congrats, I am. Waiting on my money, the government owes me, and they're still, they don't even fight me against it. They just either write bullshit on a response to paperwork so it looks legit, or they just literally ignore me. Like, I've tried calling the VA and working this out over the phone multiple times. What ends up happening is an hour-long phone call, and they just keep repeating the same things they said in the letters of why they denied me initially. But here's the thing. You deny me initially the whole fucking time, and then I appeal, and then you grant it. So really, you're just vetting vets. And guess what? Anyone in the military gets vetted in boot camp. So you're literally going out of your way to make our lives even more hell. Instead of just saying, thank you for your service. I'm too cowardly to do what you did. Here's your money. You know what you did to me? You said, I don't believe you are who you say you are. I don't believe you're as hurt as you say you're hurt. Denied. And then I go and give you more time and records to look at to show you I'm hurt. Like x-ray scans of my spine. In order to get chiropractic covered, I had to go get x-rays and MRIs of my spine to show that it was actually fucked up. And it is. And I'm still waiting. All that time you've done nothing but commit malpractice and conspiracy against me. I've been waiting. So all the injuries you knew about and did nothing about and then lied about are still there. And they're still hurting. So